when these teachers approached me and raised these concerns with me, on a number of occasions I've had opportunity to meet their officials and listen to them. I advised them to go this route of a petition because I have seen on many occasions different committees actually dispense of quickly issues such as this that have come before their committee and have them addressed, invite the involved stakeholders, and ensure that actually they get justice in terms of the things they are looking for. ECD teachers play a very important role, Mr. Speaker. The foundation stage of a child are actually informed by the things they learn during the very early years in school, from pre-primary, moving on, and nursery as well, up to the lower primary school. And the teachers who do that job deserve our respect and recognition as leaders. It's really unfortunate, and I mentioned this, Mr. Speaker, that a few counties, Kericho included, are yet to get to this particular point of ensuring that these teachers are given a very important place in terms of their duties and the things that they appreciate. Number one, Mr. Speaker, is the desire to have their scheme of service properly recognized by the County Public Service Board, have them taken up or signed on as county employees, have a decent salary. As it is today, actually, they shared with me their stories, and it's quite sad, Mr. Speaker, because many of them earn less than 10,000 shillings. With less than 10,000 shillings, Mr. Speaker, how are you supposed to show up every morning and teach people's children comfortably, enjoy the job that you're doing, and have your whole heart and mind completely dedicated to that job? So the issue of their pay is something that we also need to address, Mr. Speaker, as we think about how to solve this particular issue. But then, Mr. Speaker, I said this last week. I think we were speaking to something different, but in relation to education. Actually, it was on Senator Abdullah's bill on health workers, that ECD teachers are one such lot also that we have not fairly treated as an institution of the Senate. Because one of the things we must demand, despite them not being employed by TSC, nothing stops the ministry. Policy formulation is part of the duties of Ministry of Education. And we must move on from this habit where Ministry of Education, or actually generally just government ministries, so long as there is no monetary reward in formulating a certain policy, they move away from that, that duty. I can assure you, Mr. Speaker, if there was a way of making money out of this problem of ECD teachers, the Ministry of Education will already by now have found out a solution. But the problem is people don't want to formulate policies where there is no material interest actually for them. And it's quite unfortunate, because how comes more than 10 years since the passage of a new constitution, there hasn't been a single task force to advise each of our counties and say that this is a proposed public policy that is uniform across all the 47 counties on how to treat ECD teachers. The teachers that teach in Nyamira, Senator Omogeni's county, and those that teach in Kericho, they all go through the same training. Why should those in Nyamira be treated differently from those in Kericho, or those in Kisumu, or those in Bungoma, and any other county? I believe we must be able to ensure that we treat all public servants that serve either in national or county governments equally across all the borders of our republic, Mr. Speaker. It's unfair that we have left many of these issues. Number one is this, of course, a unified human resource policy that we need to, just the same way we're discussing about what we need to do with the health workers, we need to do the same for ECD teachers, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I hope our colleagues, and I can see the chair for education is here. I was a bit worried that probably maybe she's not listening to the concerns, but I can see she's here and she's noting our concerns. Part of what they must return to this house is what are the proposed solutions in terms of unifying a common practice, how these teachers are treated across all the 47 counties, so that you have them uniformly remunerated in terms of their promotion, what it takes to, how much maybe public investment can go into them in terms of equipping their skills and all those things. That will be a good move in terms of addressing these challenges. Therefore, I want to request our colleague, Senator Dr. Milgo, that you know Kericho quite well. It's part of your home. Please expedite this for us, because those teachers have really been calling out for our support, and we will appreciate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.